Our speaker tonight, incoming district director Deb Liu, doesn't read a lot of books. When she finds one that she can connect with, she doesn't want to stop reading. Tonight, she is going to share with us a book she read many years ago that still connects with her today. She recently reread it and still feels there are many good lessons to learn as a leader. Please help me welcome distinguished Toastmaster Deb Liu.
Fellow Toastmasters, raise your hand if you like to read leadership books. Okay. For me personally, I'm not big on leadership books. I like reading human interest stories and other great books, but leadership books, while I have a stack of them on the shelf up there, I could probably count on one hand how many I've actually read. Isn't that terrible? But there is one book that I keep coming back to, and I do that because it definitely connects with me, and it has so many great leadership lessons in it. I wanted to share that tonight with you. The book is Leading from the Front. It's a no excuse leadership book for women, written by women. The two women that wrote it, Angie Morgan and Courtney Lynch, were in the Marines. They joined the Marines, and this is where they learned all of the fantastic leadership lessons that I'm going to share with you tonight. Now, while it says tactics for women, believe me, men can also use these leadership lessons. I know that there are men out there that have cried. I know that there are men out there that have said they're sorry. Perhaps maybe they didn't need to. I'll let you know about that shortly. But really, this book is for both men and women, but it does really connect with me strongly. Well, first I wanted to talk about some similarities between the Marines and Toastmasters. Marines are dedicated to service. Toastmasters has servant leadership. Marines are committed to success. Toastmasters is committed to members' success. Marines developed as leaders, and we all know the tagline for Toastmasters, where leaders are made. Marines apply leadership lessons acquired to everyday life, and Toastmasters applies skills learned for leadership and communication to everyday life. Finally, the core values for Marines are honor, courage, and commitment, while for Toastmasters, integrity, respect, excellence, and service. Bottom line, it's all about relationships and results. And I feel that the Marines definitely mirrors Toastmasters in so many ways. The two women that wrote this book didn't know each other before they joined the Marines. They were out of college, young, and they just happened to decide to join the Marines. But they met up later, and they were able to connect and share their stories, and I think that you will really benefit from that. LeadStar is the name of their company, and here are the 10 leadership principles. Number 1, meet and exceed the standards that you ask of others. Strive to do your best every day and exceed and meet the standards to which you hold others to and are being a role model to those around you. Never ask someone to do something that you wouldn't do yourself. Be your best at every task, every single day. Look for opportunities to set an example. That is what leading from the front means. By setting an example, striving to do your best, and meeting and exceeding the standards you ask of others. Number 2, make timely decisions. Find the 80% solution. If you have most of the information, go ahead and make that decision. Don't hesitate. Leaders make decisions based on the information they have. Timely decisions are proactive. They may help you move forward. If you wait to make a decision, that might cause some harm with your teams. Number 3, seek to take responsibility before you begin to place the blame. Leaders are willing to assume responsibility for every success or failure that comes their way. Responsibility for everything their team does. By doing that, you will create a climate of trust and success where finger pointing and blaming are viewed as pointless. Number 4, true leaders dedicate themselves to service. They take care of those they lead. That is so true. Leaders should be placing a high priority on serving their team. Constantly recognize how important they are to them and their mission. They don't coddle them. They don't wait for team members to ask for help and put their team needs before their own. This earns respect and loyalty. And I feel that we do this in Toastmasters. Servant leadership. Number 5, think before you act, especially before you overreact. Emotional outbursts destroy your credibility. When you overreact, you alienate your team and lose their trust and respect. Approach calmly with an open mind toward a solution. I'm going to give you a personal example on this one. Sometimes I might get excited about something and I put together an email. Before I send that email out, I've probably read it and reread it about 10 times, and it's totally different from the first email that I put together, because I want to make sure that I'm coming across in a positive way. I don't want to come across as overreacting, because that'll do anyone any good. That won't do anyone any good. So please think before you act. Number 6, when faced with a crisis, aviate, navigate, and communicate. Now, aviate means that you continue on with your primary responsibilities while you assess the extent of the crisis. Navigate means analyzing the information you have on the crisis to determine possible courses of action. Develop a strategy. Communicate, let others know what is going on as you work to develop your solution. Ask for help as you need. When you're in a crisis, don't panic and freeze. Instead, aviate, navigate, and communicate. Courage, initiative, perseverance, and integrity equals success. Any goal can be achieved with these: courage, initiative, perseverance, and integrity. Keep the goal in mind and you'll be successful. Number 8, don't cry over something that won't cry over you. This is very strong, and what I mean by that is there's a place and time for tears, but it's not in front of your team. It's not in front of your team over issues that will never cry over you. Tears can get in the way of performance. Instead, use your energy to seek solutions and improve your performance. And I can remember a time personally when I did have tears, and I think Suzanne remembers when that was a few years back. And after thinking about that, definitely what I was crying about was not having tears for me. And I realized that after I thought about it a little more, how dumb that was. and I've really learned something from that. So don't cry over something that won't cry over you. Number 9, say you are sorry only when you are at fault. Now, this reminds me of the boy that cried wolf, right? If you say you're sorry all the time, no one's going to believe that you're really sorry. And really, you should only be sorry for something that you are at fault at. Saying you're sorry is one of the most overused phrases in the English language. Over-apologizing weakens a leader's reputation and damages his or her credibility. Don't say you are sorry unless you truly are at fault. Number 10, always lead as you are. Becoming a leader doesn't mean changing your personality or changing your personal style. The things that make you unique will definitely make you a better leader. Work instead on enhancing your strengths and improving your weaknesses. Pretending to be someone that you're not is not leadership behavior. Remain true to your personality while serving as a role model for others. Have confidence in your unique talents. Seek clarification so you know which skills to improve on instead of changing your personality. And this is an especially strong statement as well. Fellow Toastmasters, if you want to read a good leadership book, this is the one. Regardless if you're female or male, you will learn to lead by the front by meeting and exceeding the standards you ask for others, by making timely decisions, by seeking to take responsibility before you begin to place the blame, by dedicating yourself to service, by taking care of those that you lead, by thinking before you act, by aviating, navigating, and communicating when faced in a crisis, by having courage, initiative, perseverance, and integrity to reach success, by not crying over something that won't cry over you, by saying you're sorry only when you are truly at fault, and by leading as you are. Fellow Toastmasters, I highly recommend this book. Mr. District Director.